Hey guys, how's it going? So, some crazy stuff happened today, especially in the World Cup. Even though the World Cup didn't even start yet, we have some wild stories of stuff that are happening to the players and officials who are going to the World Cup. But that's not all we're talking about today, because it seems like the war between the US and Iran is back. And it seems like there are a lot of drama between them, so let's actually start with this story and then go to what happened in the World Cup next. But regarding the Iran and US drama, yeah, unfortunately, the war seems like it's back. So what happened? Well, only yesterday, on June 8th, apparently Trump came out and said, we are very close to a deal, okay, as he always says. And he said that a deal could happen in 2 to 3 days or within 2 weeks. I don't know how that timeline of his works, but that's what he said. So at first, it seems like everything is fine. The negotiations are going well. The Strait of Hormuz is going to reopen. We're finally going to be done from this war, right? Everyone thought so. But last night, an AH-64 Apache helicopter was flying near the Strait of Hormuz and it was taken down. And this helicopter had two crew members who were actually rescued, and the way they were rescued was actually very, very interesting because the US sent an unmanned surface drone, basically a robotic boat that had no humans, and it just went there and it found the two crew members within like 2 hours, and they were both saved and they're both alive. And it's the first time in the US's history that they sent this kind of drone for a rescue mission. So that was cool, right? But issue is the US's helicopter was taken down. So the US investigated and they realized that Iran was the one that took it down. Apparently it was took down by a Shahed drone, one of Iran's drones, and the US was like, "Okay, that's not good." Cuz Trump made an official statement saying that both pilots survived and both pilots were rescued, but then he added the most important part is that the US must respond. So basically he meant that we're not going to let Iran attack one of our helicopters and we stay silent. No, we're not going to stay silent. We are going to attack back. And that's what happened because apparently today the US attacked several areas in Iran. Areas like Sirik, Minab, Bandar Abbas, and Qushm Island. All those areas, by the way, are near the Strait of Hormuz, so I don't know why they attacked the areas near the Strait of Hormuz, but yeah, Iran reported that there's been a lot of attacks in it. Iran even reported that their water facilities were attacked. Water facilities, like that's actually big. So as of now, the US is still attacking Iran, and Iran said, if you guys are attacking us, we're gonna attack back. So they said that those attacks and those threats are not gonna go unanswered. So as of right now, Iran is still getting attacked, but they apparently will attack back. And I don't know what happened to the negotiations. I really have no idea. I don't know if the negotiations are still going to be happening because they're now attacking each other again. Especially that a few days ago, Iran and Israel were attacking each other. So that's the first ceasefire done because that was the first attack between them in like 4 months. And now the US and Iran are going to be attacking each other. So yeah, do we say bye to the ceasefire? Is it over? Is it done? I don't know, but it seems like the war is back. Anyway, I hope they continue negotiating and that they don't start attacking each other again. But you know what? Let's be real. That's not what's going to be happening. They're probably going to be attacking each other for a few days, maybe a few weeks, I don't know. And then they're going to stop again and maybe negotiate. We don't know. We don't know. But they've been negotiating for like 2 months now. Nothing came out of it. And now they're attacking each other again. So hopefully the attacks stop. Hopefully. And anyway, let's go to the World Cup story. Because guys, the World Cup didn't even start yet, and we're hearing some crazy stories. Like remember yesterday I told you about Omar Artan, like who's Africa's best referee. He actually got a prize in 2025 for being the best referee in Africa, and he wasn't allowed to participate in the World Cup because he's Somalian. Yeah, like he came to the US, he was part of the 51 referees that FIFA had. Like he was an official referee, but then he was held for questioning for hours, and then the US was like, nah, you're not coming in. And he was rejected and he went back. That's messed up. And that's one of several weird things that happened the past few days in the US, even before the World Cup even started. Because an Iraqi national team player, Ayman Hussein, was held for questioning for 7 hours as he entered the US. Like 7 hours. That guy is Iraq's captain. He's representing Iraq in the World Cup, and they held him for 7 hours for questioning. That's crazy. And also remember there was drama between Iran's national team and the US. Well, this drama increased. And also, if you don't know what is the drama, let me just summarize it to you quickly. So basically, Iran's national team was supposed to stay in the US, okay? But because of the war, the US was like, yeah, I don't think it's the best idea for you to stay in me right now. Can you just go to another country? Iran's national team was like, okay, sure, whatever. And they're going to Mexico. So Iran's national team is going to be staying in Mexico. Sure, not a problem. But thing is, Iran is going to play at the World Cup in the US. Like their games are in the US. So apparently now Iran's national team is allowed to go and play the games, okay? That's good. But they're only allowed entry on match days, so they will be flying on the same day of the game, and when the game is done, they have to fly back out. So they cannot be celebrating, they cannot stay to relax. No, they will finish their game, actually come the same day as the game, finish their game and travel again. Seriously, that's wild. Like imagine how tired they would be traveling, playing, traveling again, and then so on and so on. It's messed up. Like why even host a World Cup if you cannot like host the people, host the teams? Seriously. And if you think that's all, no, because apparently South Africa's national team arrived in the US much, much later than they actually planned because their delegation was not granted visas. Yeah, the US did not give them visas. And people were saying that the Russia World Cup was controversial or like Qatar's World Cup was controversial. Bro, in Russia was like, okay, anyone coming to the World Cup can enter the country without a visa. They actually did that rule during the World Cup. They let people just come without a visa. And for Qatar, they actually let everyone come in as long as they had the Hayat card. Basically, that card had the screening, had everything. So if you have that card, you're good to come to the country. So they were very organized. Like, to be honest with you guys, the Qatar World Cup was one of the most organized World Cups I've seen. Like, we haven't heard any problems, any drama. But now with that US World Cup, we're seeing some crazy stuff. And the World Cup didn't even start. Like, I'm actually worried about the World Cup. Because we also got other crazy stories. Like, for example, Senegal's national team staff were forced to remove their shoes and subjugated to lengthy searches because they're from Senegal, apparently. Plus, the Uzbekistan national team was search bombed with bomb sniffing dogs. Yeah. And the footage is online. Like, people are like, what the heck? That's the national team. Why are there bomb sniffing dogs there? But you know what? Sure. Safety is good. It's better to be safe. But seriously, you're rejecting their visas because they're from a country that you don't want? I'm not talking about like the Uzbekistan team. I'm talking about the other people. I'm still comprehending the part of their visas getting rejected, even though they got accepted to the World Cup. The poor referee, like that guy worked so hard to get into that position. And then he lost it all because of the country that he's born in. That's actually messed up. Like he didn't pick the country that he's born in, but he picked what to do, which be a referee. He picked that he should be good at it. And unfortunately, his dream of refereeing at the World Cup was gone because, well, he's Somalian. That's actually messed up. Anyway, I know that I talked about the referee before, but still, this story is really upsetting because this guy did nothing wrong, really. Anyway, and the last messed up thing that the US did is that a lot of supporters, a lot of fans who actually bought tickets were rejected. Yeah, even after buying tickets, trying to go there, their visas got rejected, so yeah, they won't be able to go there and they probably lost the money. Actually, no, they wouldn't lose the money. They probably just resell it or something, so that's fine. But still, like, why so many visas are getting rejected? I really don't get it. Like, we've been seeing so many World Cups. This is the first time I've seen such a weird World Cup for people coming in. Like, the World Cup didn't even start. That's the crazy part. The World Cup is going to be starting tomorrow, and we're seeing all those controversies. So we're going to see what's going to happen. Honestly, I'm still excited for the World Cup, but this is wild. Hey guys, that's all for today. And again, if there are any stories that you want me to talk about, let me know in the comments. I love you all, and I will see you guys tomorrow.